Coaches, Rick Stewart of All Access Coaching. I'm really excited to bring you this free video, and make sure you hit the subscribe and like button down below. It gives us valuable data as far as what coaches want. And also, if I can get to 1,000 subscribers, I'll start doing weekly YouTube clinics for free. And if you hit the like and subscribe button, you'll get notified when we upload new content. We're uploading 3 or 4 videos every week.
Now, our blocking is broken up into these areas, right? When we're first going to get out there and teach our kids, we're going to teach them our shoulder skills. Everything we do on the shoulder skills will advance to the sled, okay? Now, there's some blocks that we do with the shoulder and the shield, which is on Homer's Dairy, that we don't do on the sled. I'm going to show you videos of all this. And then some of this stuff transfers to the funhouse, okay? So there's some different teaching tools I use. Obviously, the most expensive is that funhouse. I've heard of coaches that have made a homemade funhouse where they find a welder and they get some old chain link fencing and kind of make the top on some kind of sawhorse. I've always been able to fundraise for the funhouse. I don't know about with this pandemic, but Rogers was always really good about putting me on a 3-year payment plan. A really good funhouse was about $6,000. And so I would just pay $2,000 a year on that. And you notice there's no chutes. I'd rather go with the fun house than the chutes. If I can't afford the fun house, then I'll make chutes out of these PVC pipes. And I've got a picture of that and I'll email you guys. So this is kind of where we're going. Now, we do use hands, and I want to get in that with the shoulder skills here in a second. Okay. So this is Homer's Dairy. This is a great teaching tool for us. This drawing's not real accurate. Every time I give this talk, I always tell myself, why haven't I changed the talk? The bag actually goes where the lines intersect. So every bag goes wherever the line intersects. And that's our teaching tool. So after we hit the bags and the bags have moved and kids have fall down and everything's all discombobulated, the kids know to get the drill set up like in fractions of seconds, get the bag back to where the lines intersect. The players, we'll move our players around, but this is our Homer's Dairy. And once again, if this is our practice field, this could be our goal line. This would be the 5-yard line of the practice field. This is the 10-yard of the practice field. And then, so these are 5 yards apart. And then in perfect world, if you've got a guy that wants to get a tape measure out, these are 5 yards apart. But honestly, it's just a teaching tool so that your drills are always very organized and your kids can go fast because they understand. So I just take 5 big steps and then paint my lines, okay? So here I am on Homer's Dairy. This is a camp in Alabama. There we go. Let me get this pin off. Okay. So right now, this is just one of our blocks. I just kind of pick one. We're on Homer's Dairy for 10, 15 minutes, so I didn't want to show you all the blocks. So right now, they're doing the escape step. So it's really easy to tell our kids, hey, guys, put the bag down. The kid standing up was the kid holding the bag. And in fact, those kids are going to step up in a minute. I'll get to that. And I tell them, everybody get both feet off the line. So it's really easy to talk about it because I have these lines as reference marks. So every kid would have his right foot here and his left foot here. Now, when he does his escape step or his reach step, this is an escape step drill. I tell him, make sure your right foot crosses this white line, but does not cross this white line. So there's a real good reference points with these lines that I use all the time when I'm teaching this. So I kind of bird dog the escape step. The bag is just to remind them to get a wide base as they hit that linebacker. So we always start with the bird dog, and then they're at full speed. Notice the kid that was standing up now. Notice that the kid standing up is standing right in front of them. What we tell them is, this kid's not doing a very good job. We tell them that we want them to fire out. They're a defensive lineman. I want you to fire out and put your hands on the offensive lineman. That really reinforces for the offensive lineman that when they escape, they've got to get skinny and show their back shoulder blade to the defensive player who's trying to put hands on them. We tell them you want both defenders' hands on your back. If you've got both hands on your back, then you could rip through, kiss the bicep, and get to your linebacker. If they get their hands anywhere on their chest, then you're going to have a hard time escaping the backer. So that's why I put the second player there, and we go real fast. We have added third players with hand shields right there at the top of the bag so they can escape it. So here's another example of Homer's Dairy. Now, what's cool is these kids had just met me. I just got up there at Saturday morning. The camp started at 8 in the morning. It's probably about 8:15 in the morning. Watch how fast these kids are moving. And they had just met me. These are not my kids. This is East Union High School up in Northern California. Right now, they're doing a down block, okay? So they know that the down block is a right shoulder down block. We don't say down block to your left. I always talk in terms of shoulders. We have a right shoulder reach block, which is actually reach left. We have a right shoulder down block. We have a right shoulder on block. I want my kids knowing what shoulder do they use. And then when they drive it through, the nice thing about the down block, I just tell them drive the bag to the opposite corner. And they know that they switch, because the rule in any of our drills, whether you're a running back, receiver, or lineman, is you replace the bag you hit. Now, remember, these kids just met me. This is a down block drill. Watch how fast they rotate. Lots of reps. We want 3 reps a minute. Every single kid in that square should be doing 3 down blocks in 1 minute. That's how fast we need to go. I've even figured out a way to make it go faster. I'm going to show you in a minute. So that's our pull drill. And the nice thing about the Homer's Dairy when you're doing the pull drill. And again, I want to again, rest in peace. I want to give all credit to Bruce Coble. He's a very legendary coach out of Georgia who passed away a couple of years with pancreatic cancer. Now when I'm pulling is, what's the rule? What's the saying? Hit the midget, gain ground. And then we want to make sure you cross enemy lines when you do this pull. Now, these kids just met me, so some of them probably aren't doing the right. They aren't crossing enemy lines like they're supposed to. Now, we're wasting a lot of time carrying those bags back. So let me show you a little teaching tool that we got that made it a lot faster. So they're going to hit this down block right there. Come on, pause. Now, instead of running all the way back to this corner, stop. Just put the bag right here and have the kid who is holding the bag right shoulder down block it back to the corner where you came from. That's shaved off, 1 second every time we hit the bag. Well, if I've got all those kids hitting the bag multiple times, I just, shaved off that much more time and maybe got myself 1 extra rep every time I do this drill. We do our pull drills. We do our escape drills. We do our reach blocks. We do our down blocks. We have both a right shoulder down block, which puts our helmet in front of the guy. We say ear, hold a belly button. That's what you do against a penetrator. And then the down block where the guy's going to sit there and try to read my down block and try to cross face me or spin out. Then we do a wrong shoulder down block. And now I'm putting my helmet in your back where your kidney is, and I'm going to hit you with the wrong shoulder to stop you from spinning and reading out from that. And we'll do both those blocks there. On the pulls, right there, this is a normal pull where the D line is making it real easy to pull. The next thing we'll do after we go through all these pulls, obviously you have to do both shoulders. Then we'll say wrong shoulder versus a squeezer. It's a wrong shoulder pull. So he's supposed to say pull left, hit left. But if it's a wrong shoulder, he's going to pull left, hit right. And what we tell the bag holder is as soon as I give the snap count, you take the bag and you sprint down the line. So you're doing a good job defensively of squeezing the down block. And when we tell them if the guy you're supposed to kick out is coming down the line, you always wrong shoulder him. We don't stop and try to log. We don't stop and try to move our butt around. We just hit you at full speed, whichever shoulder I'm supposed to hit you with. So if it's a wrong shoulder because you're wrong shouldering me, I tell the kids it's like running by a flagpole. If you sprint full speed and hold your arm out and grab the flagpole, your body will naturally spin around and make a natural log block. When a kid consciously tries to wrap his butt around for that log block, he loses all of his intensity and doesn't really explode in and hit the bag the way he's supposed to. So I just tell the kid, you go full speed, and if he squeezes, hit him with the in this case with the right shoulder. And if you hit him hard enough, your butt will swing around. If he stays there and he's not well coached, he stays there or comes upfield, then hit him as hard as you can with your left shoulder. So this Homer's Dairy is a really good teaching tool because now the bag holder knows just come right down the line. Okay, it's an organizational time teaching type of tool.
Coaches, I really hope you got some great information from that YouTube video. Again, hit the subscribe and like button down below. It gives us valuable data. And if I get to 1,000 subscribers, I'll do free YouTube clinics. And you also get notified when I'm doing those YouTube clinics and when I upload new content to this channel. Thanks for watching, coaches.